All right, I haven't made a video in a long time, and we haven't made many changes to Verbingo in a long time, but we have made some recently, and I want to share them with you because they're very exciting. We haven't done much to Verbingo because we just haven't had to, and we've been using it as you all know on a daily basis, and our translators still use it. We're very proud of that, and our customers are actually intrigued and interested by that. And we can compete with this platform now. And I think especially with some of the changes we made, nothing's going to change in our approach to things, but we can, when we're talking to clients and translators, we can explain and talk to some of these new issues. So I wanted to point them out real quick. Notice on the left already, I ripped out a couple of the tabs that just don't work. I took out the home tab and I took out the leaderboard. We just don't ever use them. So these are the main things we use: projects, loading, profile, terms, and TM, and that's really it. And these have proven to be the main things. Now I'm going to walk you through a process here. Here's a Word doc. This is one that we got from Saab. So this is one of our actual documents we translated and delivered. It's just 4 pages, and you can see it's pretty simple. Big paragraphs, nice, simple formatting, nothing over the top. And this is something we handle every day. I'm going to now load it into Verbingo using the word option and load it into French to see what we can do. So French, notice now everything loads fine, and I'm going to give it a new project name, GT test. Load it in, takes 2 seconds. I'm doing this to show everybody, all you guys, how you can do this as well. Now, now the project is loaded in, I go right to my projects list here, and it's at the bottom. 800 words. I can view it and make sure everything's cool, blah, blah, blah. Now, the one big thing we've added that I'm very excited about is right here under the assign. Notice the same 2 are there on assign and search, but there's also now Google Translate. And by clicking on this and this very awkward message, it takes a second, but we are accessing now, this is really unique to our company because we can automatically put in Google Translate translations directly with a source. And it sounds simple, but right now this mechanism doesn't exist for, as far as I know, for any tool or anything out there. So by going through that process, we now have translations in there, and it looks like there's some issues with them, but that'll be sorted out over time. And if we can run the process backwards, you can see that in a matter of a few minutes, I can do this, you can do this, anybody can do this. We can get that translation out, in and out, keep it in the translation memory, run it through Google Translate, and come up with a document that is pretty decent. Now, pretty decent. That's under, that has a lot of definition to it. But say we wanted to sell a project and the deadline was tight and it fit all the qualifications of a project, like this, where there's big paragraphs and it's a Word doc and simple formatting. We can sell this, and if we maybe we don't do the full translation from scratch, maybe we just do this type of a translation, and before you know it, we can get these things done quickly. And if this translation is at all decent, if Google Translate has gotten better as they've promised, then this might be an actual pretty decent process here, and this could be reviewed. 991 words could be reviewed in easily a couple hours. So we could turn around potentially documents like this in a few hours and make good margins and be able to be competitive with our clients. And if above all, if the quality is good, we won't have to go back and update the TM. If there's a couple things here and there that they change, so what? We'll go back and change the TM, and then on top of everything, we now have their translations stored in the translation memory, and you know, we can boast that as well. So um, uh, that's the main thing I wanted to show about this video. A couple other things though, just real quick. I'm going to switch screens over to the translation editor. This is where the translators work now. Notice I've taken out a couple, another tab or two here. But you start with the My Projects tab, and then when you open it, the main change here is that I've removed that thumbs up and thumbs down thing. We don't have that anymore. It's basically one translation per source, and that removes a lot of headaches. Nobody ever used that review feature, and so now we don't have it, and we only store one translation per source, and that way you know, there's just no confusion. If a client wants us to change something, we'll just change it everywhere and it'll be done, and we can access that through the dashboard or through this editor. That's the main thing, and sorry for the long video, but these are fun things to think about and keep us competitive, and you know, I appreciate any feedback or comments you have. Thanks.